Hi everyone. So today we're going to be working on finding the circumference of circles. The formula that you need to know for circumference is that circumference C is equal to pi times the diameter. And you may use 3.14 for pi, or you can use the pi key on your calculator. Either way is totally fine, and you can sometimes you might have to leave your answers in pi, but we'll see as we're going through if there's anywhere that we need to do that. So let's go do some examples. So to find the circumference, first you need to be able to identify the diameter. So diameter is straight across, so it's like this whole thing straight across through the center of the circle. So in number 1, if the radius is 11, you know you have another 11 kilometers over here, making the diameter 22. So the circumference will be 22 times pi. And I'm going to use 3.14 for pi. And circumference really means like this whole outside of the circle. Circumference means the distance around the circle, so around here. So this is what we're really finding in all of these problems. Okay, so 22 times 3.14 is 69.08 kilometers. That's the whole distance around the circle. Next one's pretty similar. So if the radius is 8, the diameter has to be twice 8. So that would be 16. And then the circumference would be 16 pi. So 16 times 3.14, which gives us 50.24 yards. In problems 3 and 4, you'll see actually the diameter, the whole thing is already labeled. So for number 3, all you have to do is 4 times pi. So 4 times 3.14 is 12.56. In this case, it's meters. And same thing in number 4, diameter is already labeled. So we're going to do 22.2 times pi, or 3.14, which gives us 69.708, or you could round to the hundredth, and you would say 0.71 miles. Now, sometimes the problems will give you the circumference and ask you to find the radius. So for these, our strategy will be first find the diameter by using the formula, using C equals pi times d, and then the radius is always half of the diameter. Okay, so here we know circumference is 62.8. So C equals pi times d. So 62.8 equals pi times the diameter. So to find the diameter, we're going to divide by pi. So on your calculator, use the pi key or divide by 3.14. And that gives us a diameter of 20. So the radius is half of 20, which would be 10 feet. We'll do one more together. So again, circumference is pi times the diameter. So we have 31.4 equals pi times the diameter. Divide by pi, divide by pi. This one, 31.4 divided by 3.14 is going to be 10. So diameter is 10 and radius is half of 10. So your radius ends up being 5 inches. Okay, next we're going to be finding arc length. So basically if you have a circle and you just want to find like maybe like this, the length of that arc, we'll call it L, we can use this formula. So they'll always give you also like an angle in here. I'm going to call it theta. So we're going to use a proportion, and we're going to say that the length of the arc, so this is arc length, over the total circumference, C, is equal to whatever that angle measure is, over the total angles in a triangle, in a circle, which is 360. And then from here we will cross multiply to solve. Okay, so it's length over circumference equals angle over 360. So let's just rewrite that over here so we can remember length over circumference equals angle over 360. And we'll go ahead and do our problem. So don't really have a lot of space, so I'm just going to go down here for number 7. So we don't know the lengths, but we're trying to find the length of this arc from there to there. So we're going to put length over the circumference. Remember, it's pi times diameter. So this one has a radius of 16, meaning the diameter would be 32. So over 32 pi equals the angle that we're given, 270 over 360. And then we can cross multiply to solve this. So cross multiply. So we have length times 360 equals 270 times 32 pi. And then we need to go and divide by 360 on both sides. So the length is, let's do 270 times 32 is 8,640 pi over 360. So you can simplify the fraction. That would give us 24 pi. And then just multiply that by 24 times 3.14. And you end up with 75.36. And in number 7, it is centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to erase this and we'll go back and do number 8. It's a lot of erasing. Sorry. We'll try to do number 8 and 9 a little bit smaller so we don't have so much erasing to do. You can fast forward. Alright, so number 8. Again, we're using length over circumference. So we don't know the length over the circumference. So we're given the radius is 14, means the diameter is 28. So over 28 pi equals the angle 90 over 360. And now we can go ahead and cross multiply. So for number 8, we're going to have 360 times the length equals 90 times 28 pi. I'm just going to simplify that by multiplying 90 and 28, so it's 2520 pi. And then we just have to divide by 360. And that would give us, for the length, 7 pi. So basically 7 times 3.14, which is 21.98. And in this problem, oops, that should say 8, sorry. 21.98, in this problem it was miles per unit. And then let's also go and do number 9. So number 9 again will have length over circumference. So see how your radius is 17? That means your diameter is 34. So length over 34 pi equals angle, which is 210 over 360. which is going to give us 360 times the length equals 210 times 34 pi. So that would be 7,140 pi. And then divide by 360, so 7,140 divided by 360 is about 19.83 repeating. And then just simply multiply that number on your calculator times 3.14. And we can round to the nearest hundredth, so 62.28 kilometers. So of course, if you have any questions about any of this, just feel free to email me, and have a great day.